My name is Diarrha N'Diaye. I'm the CEO and founder of Ami Colé. We're a clean beauty brand that really authentically celebrates melanin-rich skin. The idea of the company started very early, actually, almost innately. My mother has had a hair salon in Harlem for almost 40 years. So I spent a lot of time observing, absorbing, and kind of understanding how Black and brown women show up in the world. So eventually I became obsessed with beauty. I wanted to talk about beauty all day, always finding my community, whether in college, on the internet, for instance, and eventually in my career. So I worked at L'Oreal, L'Oreal Paris, worked at Glossier, and every step of the way I understood and I knew that what felt like home to me, which was at that shop and how we showed up in beauty, wasn't represented in where I was working. So after almost a decade of working in marketing, I knew that there was space to create another brand that really authentically celebrated us, with nuances of skin types, of stories, the way that you light skin through photography, and I knew basically that there was an opportunity to create like an authentic experience for us. I think historically, the industry still has a lot more work and research to do when it comes to the consumer. Going to the shelf and actually getting a product that works for you on first try is so hard. When I think about the hope of the future of my company, I always go back to the little version of me, 12 years old in Harlem or in New York City, dreaming big and wanting to be on the billboards and see myself represented. So right when I'm like thinking of quitting or saying this is too hard, I remember the little girl in me, and now I have a little girl, a baby girl who's 7 months, and I'm just imagining a world where it's a little bit easier and a little bit more friendly and actually joyous to experience beauty versus like it being shameful or small. I want her to live big. The first advice that I would give to young girls going into business is just to start. You'll be so surprised. I think that, I didn't have a huge following. I'm not a big celebrity. I'm a random girl, living in New York City with big dreams. And I just took to the internet. The internet is free and you get to connect with everyone around the world, documenting your process, going and living out loud and living through fear. Fear doesn't go away. I think that you learn how to work through it and with it. It becomes your best friend almost. It tells you that you're going in the right direction and you're dreaming big.